You're all welcome to this week's market breakdown. So on my watch list, I have EUROCAD, gold, US oil, GBPUSD, and EURUSD on my watch list. So I'll just make it quick and end the call. So I'll start the analysis with EUROCAD. So this is EUROCAD on the daily time frame. So looking at EUROCAD on the daily time frame, you can see an obvious uptrend on EUROCAD from the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, we can see EUROCAD respecting this EUROCAD is respecting this level of support over here. So you can see EUROCAD is respecting this level of support over here. So first thing we do, we connect our trend lines. So there is a low on the daily time frame. So let's connect these two lows. First touch, second touch. So what are we anticipating? We're anticipating the third touch of this trend line to continue with the bullish move to the upside. So on the daily time frame, we are waiting for the third touch of this daily trend line to continue with the move to the upside. So, but current market price is far from the trend line. Like I always say, we trade what we see, not what we think. So, in order to trade what we see, we have to focus on what's happening currently in the market, the current price action. So, for us to trade what we see, then we have to delete all these and focus on what's happening currently. And on EUROCAD, this is what's happening currently. So, let's focus on current market structure. So we have a low here, first touch, there's another low, second touch, and there's another low, third touch. So there's a low, but we'll get a clearer structure on the 4-hour time frame. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. So I think it's better on the 4-hour time frame. So this is our first touch, the second touch, and the third touch. So I actually marked out this trend line. I was waiting for this trade, but I missed this trade because the confirmation candle was 5 o'clock in the morning. So then I wasn't on the chart then. So that's why I missed this trade. So as you can see from the entry point of this trade, it has moved 112 pips. So we've missed this buy over here. So let's see how we can join the move to the upside. Because basically EUROCAD is bullish, so we should be looking for buys. So before then, if we look, we can also connect those highs and see what's happening on EUROCAD. So you can see EUROCAD is also expecting this uptrend line here. So this is the first touch, the second touch, and the third touch. And as you can see, there's a candlestick pattern forming here, a bullish candlestick pattern, which confirms the sell move to this trend line. So trading this particular opportunity here will be a counter trend because the overall move on EUROCAD is bullish. So this bearish move to the downside is just a retracement back to this trend line to take the move to the upside. So what I will be looking for on EURCAD is to wait for this retracement to come back to this trend line. And if we get our confirmation, we'll take buys up to this place. And this trend line will be a potential re-entry on EURCAD. And our target will be this high over here. So this will be our target on EURCAD. And this will also be another target on EURCAD. So this will be our okay, this will be our TP1 if we catch the trade from this low, and this will be our TP2 and TP3. So basically, for those that wants to trade the retracement, EURCAD is actually valid for sales for those that want to trade retracement to this trend line. But I would advise you to wait for the buys on EURCAD because the trend is your friend. When you trade against the trend, you're putting yourself at risk. So it will be better to wait for the buy. So when you catch the buy move, you can hold it as a swing trade to the upside. So basically, this is my analysis on EuroCard. So we've got the first touch, the second touch, and the third touch of the trend line. So what are we waiting for? We are waiting for a retracement back to this trend line to get a candlestick pattern and continue with the buy move to the upside. And this will be our TP1 and this will be our TP2 and our final take profit will be this high over here. So this is my analysis on EuroCard. So second on my list, hold on, I'm coming, okay. All right, so the next pair on my list is all right, the next pair on my list is gold. So gold moved exactly as we analyzed it last week market breakdown. So it played out exactly as we analyzed it on the last market breakdown. So I will delete everything and start the analysis afresh. So as you know, we start our analysis from the daily time frame. So on gold, you can see this low over here, and there's another low over here. So we'll connect our lows. So guys, whenever you open your chart, the first thing that comes to your mind the is to try and connect your trend lines. You know, as we trade based on trend line, not really support and resistance. We use support and resistance as confluence. So this is the first touch of the trend line. This is the second touch. So what are we waiting for? We are waiting for the third touch of this trend line. But current market price is far from this trend line. So what we'll do, we delete it to keep our chart clean and focus on current market structure. So on this current market structure, we can see this low here. There's a low here. First touch, second touch. And what are we waiting for? We are waiting for gold to retrace back to this trend line and give us the third touch of this trend line to take the move to the upside. But as you can see, we trade what to see, not what to think. So this is what gold is doing currently. So in order to focus on what gold is doing currently, we have to go down to the smaller time frame to see what's happening on the smaller time. So we have to go down to the 4-hour time frame. So as trend line traders, a quick one. As trend line traders, we start our analysis from the daily time frame, and from the daily time frame, we go down to the 4-hour time frame, and from the 4-hour time frame to the 1-hour time frame for entry. So basically, as trend line traders, you have to focus on just 3 time frame: the daily time frame, the 4-hour time frame, and the 1-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, you can see gold is respecting this level of support over here. So if you've been trading gold for some time, you notice gold moves in zones. So this trend line, I think we should delete it because I like to keep my charts clean. I like making things easy for myself. I don't complicate things. So on gold, you can see gold has broken out of this level of resistance, this strong level of resistance over here. So what are we anticipating? Just a simple break and retest strategy on this. So we are waiting for gold to retrace back to this level of support because previously it was a resistance level. You can see this level of resistance, but it has been broken. And once a resistance has been broken and retested, it becomes support. So what are we waiting for? We are waiting for price to move back to this level of support and get to a candlestick pattern to continue with the move to the upside. So if you catch whenever you get a break and retest of a very strong resistance level that turns support, is usually the beginning of a new swing. So if eventually we catch this move on gold, we should hold it as a swing trade. So this is what we were waiting for on gold. We were just waiting for the market to retrace back to this level of support to take the market to the upside. So this is my analysis on gold. So I'll take a quick snapshot of it. So I'll send it to the group as one of our watch lists. All right. So do you have any question on my analysis on gold? If you have any question, please unmute yourself and ask your question. Please, can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? All right. So let's move on. So next on my watch list is US oil. So US oil is a very straightforward analysis. Though I've not traded this pair for this I've not traded US oil for some time now, but I think it's having a clear chart. So let's analyze it and wait for what the market gives us this week. So on US oil, you can see the market has been trending down for a very long time. So let's connect our trend line on the highs. So there's the first touch, second touch, and then the third touch on the daily time frame. So we'll go down to the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, what are we expecting on US oil? Like I said, it's a very straightforward analysis. So we are expecting US oil to retrace back to this trend line. We're expecting US oil to move back to this trend line. And if we get our candlestick pattern on this trend line, we'll take sales to continue with the bearish trend to the downside. So that's why I said US oil is a very straightforward analysis. You can see there's the first touch, the second touch, third touch, fourth touch of the trend line, and you can see how the market dropped massively. So what are we anticipating? We're anticipating a retracement back to this trend line So if the market respects this trend line and close below the trend line, we take sales down to continue with the sell move to the downside. But if the market breaks this trend line, if the market moves and breaks this trend line at this point, we wait for the retest of the trend line and we continue the move to the upside. So, but basically with the trend I'm seeing now, US oil will continue dropping to the downside. US oil will continue with the sell move to the downside. So this is my analysis on US oil. So I'll take a quick snapshot of it so I can send it to the group. So next on my list is Euro USD. So on Euro USD, I don't want to delete my markup on the chart because of all these write-ups I have on my chart. So I'll just explain the analysis I have on the charts. So on Euro USD, you can see Euro USD is bullish from the daily. This is the daily time frame on Euro USD. You can see Euro USD is bullish, and on the daily time frame, it has broken out of this pattern on the daily time frame. So for those that understand chart pattern, you can see another chart pattern forming here, a bullish flag pattern. So if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, we go down to the 4-hour time frame, you can see this is a low, there's another low, and what are we anticipating? We're anticipating the third touch of this trend line to continue with the move to the upside. So, but if you look at current market structure, you can see Euro USD giving us a bullish flag pattern over here. You can see this flag pattern forming over here. So is either Euro USD retraced to this trend, back to this trend line and respect this trend line to continue with the move to the upside, or Euro USD respects this pattern, this flag pattern, breaks out and gives us a retest of the flag pattern to continue the move to the upside. So on Euro USD, is either we'll get a retracement back to this trend line, or we'll get a break and retest of this flag pattern that is forming here to continue with the move to the upside. But as you know, we don't predict the market, we react to the market based on our analysis. So we've already done our analysis on Euro USD. So what we do, we just stay back, watch and see what the market gives us on Euro USD. So I'll put the long position on the trend line, but that doesn't mean we have to wait for the market to come to the trend line before we look for trade opportunity. So if the market comes back to the trend line, that's nice. We'll get a good risk to reward. But if the market respects this flag pattern that is forming here and we get a break and retest of the flag pattern, we'll continue with the buy move to the upside. So this is my analysis on Euro USD. So I will also take a snapshot of this so I can send it to the group. Like I told you the other time on the previous video, no touch of trend line, no entry. This is my number one rule that I've been using for the years I've been trading, and it has been helping me because when you catch trade on the trend line, there's a high possibility of holding that trade as a swing rather than trading support and resistance. So no touch of trend line, no entry, and if you can stick to that rule, it will help you a lot in your trading. So next on my list is Euro GBP. So Euro GBP on the daily time frame. This one I'll just explain the chart because there is nothing much to do here because it's just same thing as Euro USD, just a trade giving us a flag pattern too. So you can see Euro GBP has been trending to the downside, and currently you can see this consolidation happening over here. That's why I said you should focus on what the market is doing, not what you think. So this is what is happening currently. So whenever whenever you see the market consolidating, it's gathering momentum to break. So whenever we get a breakout of a consolidation, that's the beginning of a new swing. Do you get it? So right now you can see Euro GBP consolidating, and for those that understand chart pattern, there is a bearish flag pattern. So what are we anticipating on Euro GBP? Is a straightforward analysis for those that understand chart pattern. We just wait for the breakout of this chart pattern and the retest, then we'll continue the move to the downside. So guys, whenever you get a breakout of a pattern or a support or resistance or trend line, a breakout of trend line, support or resistance or a pattern, always wait for the retest. The retest is like the confirmation of the breakout. So you don't just jump into a trade after a breakout. You must wait. The retest is a must. The retest is the confirmation of that breakout. So without retest, don't think of executing any trade. So we just have to wait for the breakout of this pattern and we enter at the retest of the pattern. So it's a simple break and retest strategy for those that understand patterns. So this is my analysis on EURGBP. You can see a bearish flag forming over here. So what are we waiting for? A break and retest of the flag pattern to continue with the move to the downside. So I'll also take a snapshot of this to send to the group. So the last pair on my list is GBPUSD. So if you know about currency correlation, you know GBPUSD, NZD-USD, AUD-USD, EURO-USD, they all move together. So basically we are anticipating buys on EURO-USD. So that means on GBPUSD, we should be looking for buys too. So let me delete everything and start afresh. So on the daily time frame, you can see GBPUSD has been giving us, so like I said, we should focus on current market structure. So on the current market structure, you can see this is a low, you can see this is a high, this is a low, this is another high. So what are we waiting for? Another low to take out what? This high. So this is how the market moves. Low, high, low, high, low, high. This is how the market moves. So if you want to connect your trend line, you just connect your trend lines on the lows. So that's why trend line strategy is a very simple and straightforward strategy. You don't complicate things. You trade what you see, not what you think. So let's connect our trend line on the obvious lows. So this is the first touch, second touch. So what are we waiting for on GBP USD? We are waiting for the third touch of the trend line to continue with the move to the upside. So as you can see, current market price is far from this trend line. So what do? We focus on current market structure. And what's the current market structure here? This is the current market structure. This is what is happening in the market. So to focus on the current market structure, we have to go down to the smaller time frame, because on the daily time frame, you can see this is just a pattern. But on the smaller time frame, you can see this is an obvious structure here. So if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, okay, all right. So on the 4-hour time frame, you can see on 4-hour time, this whole move was just one. On the daily time frame, this whole move was just one candle. But on the 4-hour time frame, you can see series of bullish candle moving to the upside. So looking at GBP USD, you can see GBPUSD is respecting this level of support over here. So you can see resistance, it broke out and now it became support. So, and we can also connect our trend line on this eye. You can see the first touch, second touch, and okay, let's say first touch, second touch. And a quick one, guys. If you're drawing your trend line, is allowed to cut through the wick of the candle, but never cut through the body of the candle. What I mean is that you don't draw your trend line this way. You get it? Most people do draw their trend lines like this, but if you're trading trend line strategy, don't draw your trend line like this because it will give you fake entries and you end up blowing your account. So the best practice is allowed to cut through the wick of the candle, but never the body of the candle. So there is a proper way to draw a trend line. So on GBPUSD, what are we anticipating on GBPUSD? You can see GBPUSD is respecting this level of support over here. So is either GBPUSD continue with a move to the downside and respect this our trend line and closes above this trend line to continue the move to the upside, or GBPUSD break out of this trend line and will take our buys at the retest of this minor trend line over here. Because GBPUSD is bullish, there is no point looking for sells on GBPUSD. Guys, whenever you're trading, always follow the trend. The trend is your friend. Always understand this. Whenever you're trading, trade with the trend, because when you trade with the trend, there is high possibility for your trade to hit your target. But when you're trading against the trend, it's possible for you to make some profit, but seriously, you can't really hold a swing when trading against the trend. So this is my analysis on GBPUSD. So these are the pairs I'll be looking at for this week. So this is a pair on my watch list for the week. Let me just put this on here and take a snapshot of it. So this is the pair I have on my watch list for the week. The watch list will be updated as the market opens, and the watch list will be sent to the group, and the trade signals will be called as soon as the market gives us opportunities. So if you have any question, you can unmute yourself. Our time is running out, so we can unmute yourself and ask a question. But if there's no question, we can call it a day for today's Zoom call. So let me see the participants on the call. And so we have Balogun, Abiodun. So do you guys have any question on the analysis we just did on the call? All right, Balogun said we should do analysis on GBPJPY. All right. So let's look at GBPJPY. Our time is running out, so I'll just do a quick one on GBPJPY and end the call. So let's delete everything and start afresh. So on GBPJPY, you can see the market has been trending to the upside for some time now. So let's connect our trend lines on the lows. This is the first touch, second touch. So we've got multiple touches on this trend line. So this GBPJPY on the daily time frame. So we got the first touch, second, third, fourth, fifth. Oh, we've got so many touches on the trend. So this is a very, very strong trend line. On GBPJPY, the best thing to do, because the market is actually pushing to the trend line, and I wouldn't advise you guys to trade a counter trend. And we can also draw a level of support over here. We use support and resistance as confluence. So if we can wait patiently for GBPJPY to come back to this trend line before executing any trade, it will be a very massive move to the upside, because this support and resistance confirms this trend line. So this is GBPJPY on the from the daily time frame, because there's no need going down to the 4-hour time frame, because if you go down to the 4-hour time frame, I don't think there will be anything on the 4-hour time frame for us to actually capitalize on, because the main move, you can see GBPJPY has been trending to the upside. So it will be better for us to wait for GBPJPY to come back to this trend line and catch the next swing to the upside, and this would be our target on GBPJPY, and it will be over 2000 pips plus. So like I said on the last call, trading is 90% waiting and 10% execution. So on GBPJPY, I would advise you to wait for the market to come back to this trend line before thinking of executing any trade to the upside. But if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, let's see what's happening there. Currently on the 4-hour time frame, I don't think there's any entry point on GBPJPY. There's nothing, because even if you want to cash the retracements, you can't. The current market price is far from this trend line. So if you want to cash retracements, it's better for you to wait for the market to come back to this trend line and take sales to this one over here. But I would advise you to wait for the bullish move so you can trade along. You can follow the trend, not trade against the trend. So we have just 5 minutes more to end this call. Is there any other question or any other pair you want me to look at? Yeah, Abiodun say I love your analysis. Yeah, you're welcome, Abiodun. Thank you. So I guess there's no other pair on there's no other pair you guys want me to look. So I would end the call now and send the recordings to the group for those that missed the call. And the watch list will also be sent to the group. So if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do, and make sure you share all market breakdowns that we send to the group, so we grow together as a family. The signals will be sent to the group with clear stop loss, take profit, and live trade management. And our beginners bootcamp will start very soon. We're still putting some resources together. So we'll start our beginners mentorship very soon. And the good thing about it is that it's a free bootcamp. You don't have to pay anything. You just have to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you get updates on how we're going to do it and update on everything about it. So guys, I'll end the call now and send the recordings to the group. So I wish you all a successful trading week. Have a nice day.